Ukraine is looking beyond its traditional European partners. As the war with Russia intensifies, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has completed a historic two-day visit to Serbia, a country that remains one of Russia's closest partners in Europe. The visit marks the first time a Ukrainian president has traveled to Belgrade since 2018. And behind the diplomatic ceremony lies a much bigger question. Can Ukraine turn a country closely linked to Moscow into a new partner for weapons, trade, and reconstruction? Zelenskyy's two-day visit to Serbia is being closely watched across Europe. His trip comes at a time when Kiev is searching for new sources of ammunition and looking to strengthen supply chains as the war continues. Serbia is particularly significant because of its long-standing relationship with Russia. Belgrade has maintained close political, economic, and cultural ties with Moscow, while also seeking stronger relations with the European Union. For Kiev, that makes Serbia an important and potentially complicated partner. Ukraine wants to secure reliable ammunition supply arrangements from Serbia. But it is not stopping there. Kiev is also looking to expand cooperation in areas ranging from infrastructure and finance to food and energy security. One of the biggest priorities is ammunition. The war has placed enormous pressure on Ukraine's military supply chains. Kiev needs a steady flow of artillery ammunition and other military supplies to sustain its defense. Serbia's defense industry and regional connections could therefore become increasingly important. Ukraine wants to lock in existing arrangements and potentially expand them as the war deepens. For Zelenskyy, the strategy is clear. Build more supply options. The broader the network of partners, the less vulnerable Ukraine becomes to disruptions in any single supply chain. And that is particularly important as Kyiv prepares for another difficult winter. The battlefield is not the only challenge facing Ukraine. Winter preparations are also becoming a major concern. Ukraine continues to face pressure on its electricity infrastructure. Food supply lines remain critical. Financial assistance is also high on Kyiv's agenda. Any additional support from Serbia could help Ukraine strengthen its ability to deal with these pressures. Collaborative infrastructure networks could become particularly valuable as Ukraine works to maintain essential services during the winter months. That means Zelenskyy's Serbia strategy goes beyond weapons. It is also about keeping Ukraine's economy and infrastructure functioning under wartime pressure. But Serbia has its own interests. President Aleksandar Vučić has spent years balancing Serbia's relationship with Russia against its ambitions for closer European integration. Belgrade remains closely connected to Moscow. At the same time, Serbia wants greater access to European political and financial opportunities. Vučić is seeking greater European political leverage, while Serbia continues to pursue closer ties with the European Union. That creates an unusual diplomatic opening for Kyiv. Both leaders have pledged to pursue a sweeping trade agreement, with a free trade deal targeted for 2026. Such an agreement could open new opportunities for Serbian businesses. But the biggest prize may come after the war. Ukraine will eventually require massive reconstruction. And Serbian construction companies are already looking toward potential opportunities. Manufacturers and other industries could also seek reconstruction contracts. For Serbian businesses, Ukraine could become a major post-war market. Kyiv is expanding its diplomatic outreach across Europe. Ukraine is looking beyond its traditional partners and trying to build relationships with countries that have historically maintained closer ties with Russia. Serbia could become an important test case. If Kyiv can deepen cooperation with Belgrade, It could demonstrate that Russia's influence in parts of Europe is not absolute. At the same time, Serbia can use closer cooperation with Ukraine to strengthen its own position in European politics. Both sides, therefore, have something to gain.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.